Howdy, it's Roman, and I wanted to kind of give you a behind-the-scenes video of what it takes to make a TFL introduction video. I'm here at Canopy Parking Valet, where I just dropped off the Chrysler 200. That's the car that I've had this week. People are always wondering, what car do I drive? Well, I'm lucky enough to have a different car every week, and this week it's the Chrysler 200. And I'm on my way to California to film the debut, or at least the unveiling of the brand new Mazda Miata, the MX-5. And you know, we're out here asking for your support, and I kind of wanted to show you just the amount of work that goes into actually doing one of these videos. Now, we don't have a photographer. That's one of our goals, to hire a photographer. So I one-man band it. That means that I have to bring all of my own gear. And here's the gear. Let me show you. Cameras, mics. That's why that's sticking up, because that's a slider. There's a tripod. All this stuff weighs about, oh gosh, maybe about 80 pounds. It's pretty heavy. And the reason that I have to bring it on the plane is because if we check this and it gets lost, we're not going to have a video for you. And a new Miata is a pretty big video, and we want to make sure that we can get it all. So that's the gear, and this is the start of the journey that will end up being a pretty short video. You know, the Mazda Miata getting unveiled will probably take about 2.5 seconds. There comes my ride. Time to go through all the TSA fun. I'm sure you guys know what that's like.
Please utilize that phone underneath the seat in front of you for your smaller items, briefcases, purses, laptop computers, backpacks, all of those smaller items go underneath that seat in front of you.
Alright, so as you can tell, I made it on the plane, and I got my free government rub down. In other words, the TSA pat down. The reason I do that is because I always opt out of the TSA screening, not because I don't like the rub down, but because I've got this really sinking feeling that a few years from now there'll be a news story where they'll find out that those machines were calibrated wrong. Those, I guess they're x-ray machines, and that they gave people a much higher dose of whatever they're using, whether it's radiation or whatever. Or the other worry I have is, and this isn't because I'm modest, but I just don't want my naked body to end up on some Russian website, because let's face it, everybody's getting hacked nowadays. The good news is I fly United out of Denver, not because they're a particularly great airline, but because I can get everywhere without having to transfer. I also have some status on them, so I can get on the plane first, put my bags up on top, and be able to bring all of my camera gear on board. Plus, and here's the really good news, I get to sit in the emergency row. Look at this legroom I have. That's even more legroom than that Chrysler 200 I just left over at the long-term parking. So, just another quick update as to what it takes to get these just unveil videos up on the various websites, so that you guys can see what it looks like when the new Miata is introduced. By the way, for some reason they're featuring Duran Duran, and I was thinking about that, and if I remember, that's like, you know, Hungry Like the Wolf, that's like an 80s band. So why would Mazda feature an 80s band to unveil the new third generation Miata? And the only reason I come up with that is because probably their target demographic is not the people who listen to One Republic, but the people who remember Duran Duran like me. So I'm guessing, and this is just a pure guess, that probably new Miata is going to be sold to an older group of buyers. Wow, I actually landed on time. So let's try that again. I made it to San Jose, and that's one of the limitations of being a one-man band, just doing this all by myself. I can't see what I'm shooting. So when there's too much light behind me, as there was in that last shot, well, we don't get the best results. You see the outside, you don't see my face. So I'm gonna try this again, and this is one of the reasons why we're doing our Patreon campaign. We just want to get a photographer to go behind the camera so that I don't have to hold it myself, And when we do events like this, we can bring you the very best video of the Mazda being unveiled. Anyway, let's go. Time to Monterey. Guys, so here I am in San Jose on the party van. Check it out. Apparently Mazda spared no expense to bring us down to Monterey in style. And Nelson next to me here, who doesn't want to be on camera, actually owns a Miata, or is it an MX-5?
It's an MX-5 technically.
MX-5 technically. And they actually took it out here for him, so he's gonna get to drive it on Laguna Seca. Alright, so I'm on the shuttle now, heading over to the undisclosed location for the reveal of the next Mazda, the 4th gen. I was wrong, it's a 4th gen. And everybody in the bus, all the journalists here, seem to think we're going to Laguna Seca, so take your bets, probably be at Laguna Seca. So as you can probably tell, I've made it to Monterey, and the best part of my job is this. Mazda puts me up in a really nice hotel. Now, we couldn't afford to stay at this hotel. Heck, we couldn't afford to come here if we had to pay for it on our own, and that's why we're asking for your support. We want to continue to bring you videos like this, and while we're very grateful to Mazda for making this happen, at some point we also want to stay independent. We want to bring you the news as accurately and as independently as possible. Speaking of news, coming up in, 3 hours and 20 minutes, the new 4th generation Miata is going to get unveiled. So I got to go up to the hotel room, edit this video as quickly as possible, publish it, and then get myself changed and get myself over to the Duran Duran concert for the unveiling of the new Miata. And this has just been kind of a day in the life of what it takes to bring you these videos. So if you want to subscribe, click on the link below, or come back and, gosh, if I can do it 5 hours, and check out the new Miata. As always, there's an airplane or something when I'm filming. As always, this is Roman saying thanks for watching, and yeah, check out the new Miata in a couple hours, and check out tflcar.com for more news, views, and of course pictures of the 4th gen car. See you in a little bit. Ciao.